Notification. Listen, this is a fake one-sided rivalry. We got Angel Reese taking more shots at Caitlin Clark unnecessarily. You in Indiana having a great time partying. We see all the clips. Why can't you just do your thing?
Angel Reese thought she had the perfect moment. She rolled into Indianapolis during WNBA All-Star Weekend with billboards blazing, a Reebok shoe campaign ready to drop, and a bold message. I'm in your city. The whole thing was designed to feel like a takeover, a bold statement, a boss move. But there was just one problem. Caitlin Clark wasn't playing. And without Clark, the entire weekend crumbled faster than anyone expected. Ticket prices collapsed, fan interest dropped off a cliff, and what was supposed to be Reese's moment turned into a PR disaster that exposed just how dependent the WNBA has become on one name, and it's not Angel Reese. Let's break it all down.
So let's rewind to the start. Angel Reese and her team dropped their biggest marketing play yet. Reebok billboards, flashy Instagram posts, and a promo blitz that centered around a message lifted straight from Bankroll Fresh. Walk in your trap, take over your trap. The idea? Position Reese as the new face of the league, planting her flag in Clark City while she was sidelined. On paper, it sounds smart, but in execution, it felt forced. Videos showed just a handful of fans showing up. Social media was lukewarm at best, and instead of dominating the headlines, it looked like Reese was shadowboxing in an empty gym. The irony was thick. The very city she was trying to conquer was the one Clark put on the map. Indianapolis had sold out because of Caitlin. The fans that came, the noise, the national attention, all driven by 22. And now, Reese walked into a half-full arena trying to claim territory that simply didn't care.
Now, if Caitlin Clark and her fans was coming out here going crazy on Angel Reese, everybody's going to scream race. Everybody would scream racism. We already know that. Reebok, Angel Reese are taking shots at Caitlin Clark, using her as promo.
Then came the news no one wanted. Caitlin Clark, set to headline the All-Star game in her home state, was out. Re-aggravated groin injury. No three-point contest, no game, no show. And immediately, the foundation cracked. Ticket prices that were averaging $121 dropped to $64 in under 48 hours. That's a 48% nosedive. Hotels in Indianapolis that were banking on out-of-town Clark fans saw cancellations. Restaurants prepped for March Madness type traffic but served half-full tables. Corporate sponsors pulled back. All that All-Star hype, it died the second Clark stepped off the court. This wasn't just bad luck. This was proof. Proof that the WNBA's explosive growth wasn't shared evenly across all its stars. It revolved around one, and when that one couldn't show up, the whole thing wobbled.
Now here's where it gets messy. Instead of backing off or showing solidarity for the league's biggest draw, Reese doubled down. She kept pushing the campaign. She kept centering herself, and fans noticed. Online comments started rolling in. You really gonna try to take her spot while she's injured? Kinda classless, not gonna lie. What could have been seen as bold confidence instantly turned into opportunism. The problem wasn't just the message, it was the timing. And in sports, timing is everything. Some tried to defend her. She's just marketing, they said. But great marketing respects the moment. This didn't. The campaign came off like trying to win a race when your competition didn't even have running shoes on. It looked desperate, not dominant. Here's the truth. This so-called rivalry? It's been one-sided from the jump. Reese keeps bringing up Clark in interviews, in podcasts, in promotions. Meanwhile, Caitlin barely acknowledges it. The receipts are everywhere. Reese's podcast? 3 straight episodes teasing Clark-related drama. Her shoe campaign dropped in Clark's backyard with veiled shots. And yet, Clark never responds. She doesn't clap back, she doesn't bait fans, she just hoops. And that's what makes this rivalry feel fake. One person's fighting, the other's just playing. It's giving WWE promo energy, except only one wrestler is in the ring. Reese may want to be seen as the villain, but in order for that story to work, the hero has to be engaged. And Clark, she's not interested in the drama. She's too busy rewriting record books. If you needed proof that Clark is the face of the league, just look at the numbers. When she's on the court, ticket prices soar. When she's out, they crash. After she missed games earlier this season with a quad strain, resale prices for Fever games dropped by 47% in Washington and 71% in Chicago. That's not a coincidence. That's star power. That's supply and demand economics at work. No other player in the WNBA moves markets like Caitlin Clark. And the All-Star Weekend collapse was the final confirmation. She isn't just part of the league, she is the league's momentum. Nike knows it, TV networks know it, even opposing players know it. They may not all say it, but they're all cashing the checks her spotlight helped write. And just when things were already going south, WNBA players decided to wear "Pay Us What You Owe Us" shirts during All-Star warm-ups. Look, we're not saying they don't deserve more, they absolutely do, but the timing couldn't have been worse. Fans who had just seen ticket prices tank by half were now watching players protest for raises. The optics, brutal. It felt like the league's stars were demanding more from a pie that was visibly shrinking without its biggest slice, Caitlin Clark. Even supporters of the movement admitted the move lacked self-awareness. Players like Nneka Ogwumike and other union reps voiced real frustrations. Charter flights, maternity benefits, revenue share, all legitimate, but none of that landed in a weekend where the league's value visibly tanked. And then came the backlash, not from critics, from fans. Social media exploded with confusion, sarcasm, and straight up anger. People felt like the players were biting the hand that feeds them, especially when that hand just lost value overnight. One user posted, "I dropped $300 for All-Star tickets just to see Clark. Now she's out and y'all want raises?" Another wrote, "Wrong place, wrong time. You don't protest at your own showcase." Suddenly, the All-Star Weekend became less about celebration and more about disappointment. It didn't have to go this way, but it did. Because instead of reading the room, the WNBA tried to push through the noise without its biggest megaphone. And here's where it all comes together. Caitlin Clark's absence didn't just disappoint fans, it exposed everything. The WNBA's growth, its sponsorships, its media deals, they're all riding the wave Clark created. Without her, demand drops, engagement drops, buzz disappears. Even rivalries fall flat. That's what happened in Indianapolis. Reese had all the spotlight and couldn't hold it. Meanwhile, Clark, without saying a word, proved she doesn't need to be present to dominate the conversation. Her value was written in the resale prices, the hotel cancellations, and the empty seats. The league is betting its future on her, and this weekend showed why. When you're the reason people show up, you don't need to shout. The receipts do the talking. Let's be real, Angel Reese can put up all the Reebok billboards she wants. She can scream, "I'm in your city," until she loses her voice, but the numbers don't lie. Without Clark, the hype deflates, the fans stay home, the spotlight disappears. This wasn't a takeover, it was a reminder that Clark is the one holding the WNBA together right now. And when she's not there, the cracks show fast. So next time someone says this is a rivalry, just ask yourself, can it be a rivalry when only one side is throwing punches? Comment "baby giraffe" if you think Reese's stunt flopped harder than a Reebok discount code. Smash that like button, subscribe for more WNBA breakdowns, and don't forget to turn on notifications because Caitlin Clark's return, it's gonna be one for the history books.